Hi, the book I'm going to talk about now is called Aliens on Vacation by Clete Barrett. Clete Barrett Smith. Can never get that name right. Anyway, this is a story about Scrub, who is sent to spend the summer with his grandmother at a bed and breakfast that she runs in kind of a rural part of the country. Now, he hasn't seen his grandmother for some time. And so when he arrives at the airport, he takes a taxi like he was instructed. And when the taxi drives up, the driver's saying, kind of a weird place. And what's in front of him is this big house that is like a Victorian house. And it's been painted purple. And on the side is a painting of the galaxy. It's really kind of cool, but this is a strange looking house. And his grandmother comes running out of the house to wrap her arms around him and say, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you, Scrub." And his grandmother looks like a hippie from the 60s, kind of something like I would have been. Anyway, so Scrub is there to help his grandma that summer. And there's a lot of really strange things about the house. For example, in the bedrooms, including his bedroom, the closet doors are kind of weird because on the door is this round window in a closet. And sometimes green lights come out of the door, which is really odd. And some of the guests are really strange too. They look like they've got funny makeup on, some of them, and wigs. They all seem to be kind of dressed weirdly. And one time, Scrub is walking down the hall, and there's a family of four, mother and father and two kids, and they're kind of walking on all their arms and their legs. When the father goes, "Oh no, remember, we walk on two legs, and they wave their arms in the air. That is definitely a little bit strange. And his grandmother, at first, keeps sending him to the grocery store to buy boxes and boxes of aluminum foil. What is going on? Well, she finally reveals to him the truth of what's happening at the house, this bed and breakfast place that she runs. Intergalactic travel has become a reality, and the Earth is now open to it. And she runs one of the few intergalactic hotels on Earth. So aliens from outer space can come and visit. Now, you're not allowed to tell other folks. This is kind of an under the cover operation, but his grandmother has recognized a business opportunity, so she does that. But you have to disguise the aliens so they don't disturb the locals. The aluminum foil is for the guy who can only eat aluminum foil. Scrub goes, "This is weird, but as described, this is kind of an interesting way to spend a summer." And he learns from his grandmother how to disguise aliens with makeup and wigs and stuff so they can kind of go outside and kind of blend in a way. The person that really can't blend in is the alien that arrived kind of in an aquarium. He kind of violated the rules because he can't walk, and they have to take him down in an aquarium to a local river occasionally. And that's a harder thing to explain, but they managed to do it because there's a river right near the bed and breakfast. But this must all be kept a secret. Well, there's a very, very suspicious sheriff around, and he's convinced that something is going on, and he thinks it might be drugs. Little does he know that it's aliens are there on vacation. So find out what happened on Aliens on Vacation. It's the weirdest summer that Scrub has ever spent, but it's also one of the most fun. Aliens on Vacation by Clete Barrett Smith. Read it, you'll get a laugh.